There's a quiet truth most people carry, but rarely say out loud. It sits in the silence between alarms, in the long pauses before opening emails, in the heavy sigh at the end of a workday. It sounds something like this: I don't love what I do. And yet, every morning they get up anyway. They show up. They do what's required. Not more, not less. Just enough. And strangely, that's where the guilt begins. Welcome back. I'm Grandpa T, and today let's talk about something people feel, but are almost afraid to admit. You can do the bare minimum and still be doing life right. From a young age, you were handed a script. Be the best. Outwork everyone. Give your all the time. It sounds noble, doesn't it? But here's the part no one tells you. That advice assumes that everything you do is worth your all, and that is simply not true. Life isn't made of one thing. It's made of many. Work, family, dreams, health, peace. And if you try to give 100% to all of them at once, you don't become extraordinary. You become empty. Let me tell you a simple image. Imagine a candle with a wick on both ends. Inside a dark room. It gives light. It gives warmth. But if you light it from both ends, it burns twice as fast. Brighter, yes, but shorter. And most people, they've been lighting themselves from both ends for years, giving their best to things they don't care about, while slowly losing the energy for the things they do. Now let's clear something up. Doing the bare minimum is not laziness. It's not giving up. It's not carelessness. It's control. It's choosing not to overinvest your limited energy into something that doesn't deserve it. The bare minimum means you meet expectations. You fulfill responsibilities. You remain reliable. But you don't sacrifice yourself in the process, because there's a difference between doing your job well and giving your life away to it. For some people, their work is their calling, and that's nice. But for many, work is simply a structure, a system, a way to sustain life. And there is no shame in that. Think of your job like a bridge. It gets you from where you are to where you want to be. But bridges are not meant to be lived on. You don't decorate them. You don't build your identity on them. You cross them. Let me ask you something. If you had a limited amount of energy each day, which you do, would you spend it equally on everything? Or would you choose carefully? Your energy is like gold. Every task you do costs something. And if you spend too much of it on things that drain you, you'll have nothing left for the things that could actually make your life meaningful. If you've ever felt tired, not because you're lazy, but because you've been giving too much of yourself in the wrong places, you're not alone. Go ahead and like this video so others who feel the same can find it. Subscribe if you want more conversations like this. And tell me in the comments, what's one thing in your life that truly deserves your best? Not what people expect, but what you believe matters. Here's the shift that changes everything. Your best is not something you give to everything. It's something you reserve. Give your best to. The things that light you up, the people who matter, the goals that feel like your own, the life you're trying to build. That's where excellence belongs, not in places that would replace you in a week. Now, of course, not everyone will understand this. Some people will say, you're not ambitious enough. You're wasting your potential. You're settling. But what they don't see is what you're protecting. They don't see the energy you're saving for something that actually matters to you. They only see what's visible. But your life is not meant to be lived for their approval. Let's be real for a moment. You will still have to do things you don't like. That's unavoidable. But there's a difference between meaningless struggle and purposeful sacrifice. Imagine carrying a heavy load uphill. If you don't know why you're climbing, every step feels like suffering. But if you know there's something waiting at the top, a home, a dream, a life you chose, then suddenly the same weight feels different. Now listen carefully. This is important. It's okay if you're not where you want to be yet. It's okay if you're still figuring things out. But it's not okay to stop moving. Doing the bare minimum at work should give you space, not trap you in place. Even small steps matter. Learning something new, trying something different, building something slowly. Movement is what turns survival into progress. Here's something most people misunderstand. Doing a good job doesn't always mean doing your best. Sometimes a good job simply means you did what was needed. You stayed consistent. You kept going. And that kind of quiet consistency is often more sustainable than bursts of exhausted perfection. At the end of all this, there is a simple question waiting for you. What kind of life are you trying to build? Not the one others expect, not the one that looks impressive, but the one that feels right when you're alone with your thoughts. Because one day, all the noise fades, all the opinions disappear, and what remains is how you spent your time, where you gave your energy, and whether it was worth it. So remember this. You are not required to give your best to everything. You are allowed to do just enough in places that don't matter, so that you can give your all to the things that do matter. You might look average to the world, but feel fulfilled within yourself. And between those two, only one truly matters, and you know which. Take care of yourself, and don't forget, save your best for the life you actually want. I'll see you in the next one.